Let's talk about complex text manipulations in this lesson, and especially I chose 3 examples for you to show you how you can do them easily. The first one is I want to separate manager and accounting, associate and sales, etc. In the second one, I want to write ID dash and extract the numbers that you have here in those cells. And the third one, I want to extract the first name and the last name of every person, although in some of them, for example, you have a middle name. So obviously you can tell me that you can use text to column or you can use formulas to do this, but in the first case, it's gonna be a manual exercise and it might not work every time. And in the second case, it is very cumbersome. So let me show you, for example, if you do a formula, how cumbersome it is. We're going to start with the simple example where you just want to extract manager and accounting. So to do this, first I can do find, then I can put the slash, comma within this text, and I will get 9. 9 is the number of the character on which you can find the slash. To take manager away, you need to do left, and then you select your text, comma, you have here the 9 characters, and you do -1 at the end, and you get manager. The problem is that you're gonna have a space after manager, so you can add a trim function here, and then you get your result. So as you can see here, I'm referring to my table because my Excel data is into an Excel data table. And I've used 3 formulas just to do this, which is not ideal. If I want to take accounting out of this, I need to use even more formulas because there the lengths will come into play. So let me show you how you can use Power Query to do all these operations in a very easy way. And whenever you have more data, it will automatically give you the desired result. So I'm just going to select my data, and then I'm going to go to data. Here you have this get and transform data tab. If you don't see it, it means you have an Excel version that is before 2016. The good news is that you can add a free add-in called Power Query and you'll get the same thing. So I'm just going to click here from table range. Here my data is loaded, so we're going to start with the first task. The first task is to split this data into 2 parts. So we select it, we go to home, you have split column, we click on it, and the first thing you have is by delimiter. So Power Query is smart enough to guess what is my delimiter. So this is the one. If I say OK, I get a step here and my data is split into 2 columns. The only problem I have, if I click on manager, I have a space here after manager, and here I have a space before accounting. So to fix it, I can just select this, go to transform, and under transform you have format. You can use trim, but one other way to do this is just to fix your delimiter. So we can go here, double click, then I can add a space after my slash and a space before my slash, and I say OK. If you see, I don't have anymore this problem about having a space before and after. If you see here, Excel has already changed my type because it doesn't know if the type of data I'm going to get from this text will be different. So obviously I know here it's going to be text, so I don't need this step. I can just remove it and I can go to my next one. Here I want to extract the number and add ID dash before it. So to extract the number, we can go to home and again we can do split column, and here we have by non-digit to digit. So if I do this, you can see that I got rid of the first name, and here I have the digits with the second name. So I can click on it, go to split column, and now do the opposite, by digit to non-digit. And here we get the number extracted in a few clicks. To add the ID before, I can just go to transform, format, add a prefix, and write ID space dash space, and we get ID before it. Last step is to delete those 2 columns. So I click on the first one, Control, and then click on the second one. You can right click, remove columns. So this is also done. My last exercise is to extract John and Martins from this, Biba and Ibrahim, etc. So if you see, some of them have middle names and some of them have small letters instead of capital letters. So I need to fix all this. First, I can create a duplicate of this column. So I right click on it, duplicate column, and here on the first column, let me try to extract the first name. So we do transform, extract, and then you have text before delimiter. The delimiter here is a space. So I type a space here, I say OK. And as you can see, I can get John, Biba, Jerome, etc. Here I want to do the same thing. After this space, I want to take the family name. So I can go to transform, extract, text after delimiter. Here my delimiter is a space, but the problem is if I go to John, for example, it's going to give me S and then Martins. For Biba, it's going to give me Ibrahim, which is fine. But I want to take care of this case also. So I can go to advanced options, and instead of looking from start of the input, we can do from end of the input. And we can put the delimiter as a space, as I showed you, say OK, and we get Martins, Ibrahim, Jules, etc. Then we need to fix the capital letter. So we can click on this, press Ctrl, click on the other one, and then we have transform. Under transform, you have format. We can say capitalize each word. And there you go. Once it's done, we can say close and load to. We have a table. We want to put it in the existing worksheet. Let's put it here just to see it. And let's say OK. And here you can see that we get our data. So now if I have something else, for example, we have this data set. I can just come here, right click, and then do refresh, and you can see that everything will come into play. So let me know in the comment section which methodology you prefer to play with your data and to do text manipulation. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel.